Okay. Hello and welcome to the post-match live show for the first match of India under 19 girls against West Indies in the T20 World Cup. And what a start for the defending champions. It's a very easy win, you must say. I think everyone will admit that it's a very easy win for them. And actually, seeing the group, if you see the group where the India team are in, along with West Indies, Sri Lanka, and Malaysia, and especially after the way Sri Lanka defeated Malaysia, I think it was very much needed for India. So excellent start for India. Tushadi, over to you. How do you see? It was so easy for Indian girls.
I think it was easy both ways, for Sri Lanka as well as for India.
Exactly.
But to be honest, India looked the professional side. West Indies
Mm,
almost looked like a school side in front of India. The way, and you know what was the best part? I think I've tweeted about this as well. Indian fielding. Yes, the
mm,
bowlers did well. Yeah, in fact, I liked Nikki's captaincy, and I'll mention that.
mm.
But to me, I think the sight that made me almost emotional is the fielding. Two sharp catches, the runouts.
Mm,
Uh, yes, I did think that West Indies misjudged most of the runs. Having said that, that is not India's problem, right?
exactly.
Uh, Indian fielders had to make sure that they took that opportunity, and they did that so well. So yeah, brilliant start.
Exactly. And I think this batch recently won that, Asia Cup title. I think that helped a lot. I think this team to be that professional that you mentioned. And it was very evident, especially in the bowling unit. It was so evident. And I was so impressed with, Joshita Vijay's bowling action. It was so nice bowling action she has. And I am now more excited to see her in action in WPL for RCB. RCB has bought her, so let's see how she does. But overall, seeing her and obviously the spin duo, Ayushi and Parunika Sisudia, how good were they? How decisive they proven to be at last moment.
Oh, they were brilliant. And what I liked is the plan was very simple. They knew how
Yes.
West Indies batters bat. The moment you give them room, they'll hit you for runs. So the plan was very simple: attack the stumps. You miss, I hit. And exactly what happened. Every time
Mm,
West Indies batters missed, they hit. What I also liked about Parunika was she was changing that length and confusing the
mm,
West Indies batters. Not the line. The line was consistent on the stumps, but the length was changing. So you have to come, you come forward and hit me. You get a Yorker. You have to stay completely within yourself. So all that to get taken together, I think, as I said, they looked like a side which has come to play the World Cup. Unfortunately, West Indies just did not look the part. Be it the running between the wickets, uh, some very good hits in between from the West Indies batters. So the capability, the potential is there. But of course, the running between the wickets was shambolic from their end. Small here and there, probably Indian bowlers could what they could ideally improve a little more is once you're done with the bowling, quickly come and stand behind the stumps and close to the stumps. That probably was missing here and there. But I mean, there's always room for improvement, but overall, superb, clinical.
absolutely. And I think it is quite, disappointed. If you all expect a good cricket match, a competitive cricket match at least. But and when you see before the match, okay, India are going to play the first World Cup game against West Indies. At least you expect, okay, the game will be interesting. You expect some good talent coming up from West Indies also, because but it was so disappointing to see the way they batted, especially. Let's see. Hopefully they will come back also. But Tushadi, I think your namesake Trisha will be a little bit disappointed to get not much run, because I think everyone we expected that India will win this by 10 wickets.
Absolutely, I think, and it was, I wouldn't say the shot was not on, but I think
Mm,
she was very like she went there even before the ball came to her. I think her eyes
mm,
must have lit up, and because Trisha is a good. It sounds very weird. I'm only saying Trisha, but the thing is, Trisha is a very good, batter. And a stroke player as well. I love her technique. I've said, in fact, her on drive will
Mm.
actually, give you that Hyderabadi VVS Lakshman, Mithali Raj feeling.
Yes.
But yes, as you said, this is something that Trisha has to learn going forward,
Mm.
because I don't think the West Indies bowling was again very threatening. So you gave your wicket away, and that's something that you don't do. Because the first ball, she hit a beautiful boundary. You don't need to unnecessarily
Mm.
give your wicket away when you're chasing 47. Had it been
Exactly.
147, I would have understood. Maybe she should have kind of tried rolling her wrist, and
Yes.
also happens, her eyes must have lit up. She got overexcited while belt the ball out of the park, and kind of lost it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think yes, what the point that you have mentioned, I think I absolutely agree that even the wicket gone, still you managed to score those run within 4.3 overs. So I think that's a little bit disappointment I think for Trisha, but hopefully she will be back because if I am not, she was there in the previous World Cup victory also, and she recently on the Asia Cup also. So I think she is a very crucial part of this team of this batch. So I think she will be back. Okay, now we will go to the comments. There are some comments. Okay, Rakesh B. Talreja commenting good practice for India under 19. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Remo commenting Josita looks a future star, movie like action. She is a good batter to hire. Yes, absolutely. I think she was getting the swing. I think it was so good looking. The swing that she was looking and out swing, not in swing.
Yeah,
That's the
for a
main.
change.
That's the main part. Yeah, for a change. That's the main part. Okay, and she can bat. Obviously, she can bat. In the
Yeah, she
in the
can bat.
Asia Cup, she
Joshita can
didn't
bat.
get that much
Joshita can bat,
opportunity.
and Joshita can bat well. I mean,
Yes, absolutely, she can bat well. Okay. Remo again called the team look really professional, all bases covered, bring it on. Absolutely. The point Trishadi made at first place that is that the team looks very professional. Okay, Anita Pati comment at least one Indian cricket team is chosen and playing on merit. Trishadi.
as far as I know, all Indian cricket teams are chosen on merit. I don't know
Yes,
what is Anita saying.
absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
under 19s, they have started well. Again, I think most see, all Indian teams are chosen on merit. The problem is you have to understand that there is also something called a coach and captain's gut feeling. This is something
Mm.
that people generally don't understand. You at times identify match winners. There is a difference between players and match winners. Players will give you good support, they will give you runs, they'll take wickets, but there are some match winners uh, whom you kind of back because on their day they can completely you blast the opponent and ruin the opponent. So there are times when captains and coach go with that gut feeling of match winners. That selected player probably does not really connect when it comes to the performance or playing on merit, and that's where all the questions start coming in. But yeah, ideally I think, yeah, under 19 has begun well, and what will be interesting to see, I'm always more interested in seeing how does the under 19 players then do from there on, because this is,
Mm.
it's almost like in Bangla, there is a in Bengali there is a ritual called hate khori, where kids are actually, they write for the first time, and that is the beginning of your kind of career,
Journey.
and all that, but writing basically,
Mm.
so under 19 World Cup is the hatekori of any cricketer. That is where they begin their professional cricket journey on an international level. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here.
Yes, absolutely. And I think whether it is men or women, I think the under 19 setup of team India has been pretty good over the year.
Yeah,
Especially the women in recent years have been pretty good. And this batch is very special, I will say. But the problem is, I also agree that the main journey starts from now on. I
yeah,
think how these players do well in WPL, and you cannot expect all these 15 players to be in line for the Indian national team. You might get, if you are lucky enough, you might get 7 to 8 players or if you are not that type of that
Where
much
would
of luck.
7 to 8 players play? In a
Exactly.
transition, you cannot have 7 to 8 players coming in. That is
Exactly.
also
Then
one
then
factor.
you have to choose whole this you need to play a senior World Cup,
Exactly.
but that cannot happen. So again, going
Then
forward,
India has
again
to have
someday
two
we will
teams at the
discuss on
World
a
Cup.
live show that why Trisha is not getting a chance, why she is not getting
Yes.
a chance,
Oh,
why Trisha is not getting a chance, why she is not getting a chance. This type of discussion will happen. But the best part is that your talent is coming at the under 19 setup. That's the best part. You don't have to worry for the future that okay, after this we have to again find someone. At least the talents are ready. They are preparing hard. They are getting their chances. Hopefully in WPL, whoever have got some teams, they will perform also well. But the main journey starts, I think, after under nine. How they continue that momentum. Okay. Okay. Chiku Chiku commenting. Indian women cricket, yes, Indian women cricket need more attention. Obviously, that is why
from
we
whom?
are doing lives.
No, but from whom? From us or from the
And
crowd? Or is he saying the board and selectors? Chiku Chiku, clear the doubt. From whom does the
okay.
Indian women cricket need more attention?
Okay. Anita Padi understood the Hatekuri concept. Yes, similar culture of writing on slate on Odisha as well. Hopefully, they improve at senior level. Yes,
They
absolutely. That is the
im-
point
what
that
is it
Tushadi
called in
made.
Orissa, Anita? What is it called in Orissa? Let us also learn something, from the
Yes.
live.
I only one word. I only know one word. Dhai kiri kiri. Jaldi jaldi.
Yeah, that word I also know, Thai Kiri Kiri. So
That is the only Odisha word I know. Dhai kiri kiri.
interestingly, I think I know more Tamil words than Orissa. Anyway, Odia, not Orissa.
Odia.
Odia.
Odia. Sorry. Odia. Yes.
But Snehashish,
Mm.
we have to discuss about Nikki's captaincy because I thought Nikki was very impressive. Having that slip that wide,
Mm-hmm.
when the wicket fell, you could understand it was a well planned one, and I
Mm.
liked the way she changed the bowlers. The moment the wicket
Mm-hmm.
fell, she brought in Parunika. She was
Yes.
very she was proactive. Yes, it's easier when things are going your way, probably not as easy when things are not going your way and
Yes.
you're
Yes. Mm.
getting belted. But having said that, when you are captaining an under 19 team, to show that courage,
Mm.
because at one point, to be honest, even I was wondering if one slip was enough.
Mm.
Probably
Mm.
they needed another slip. But I also liked, I was very curious about the position. It was almost a secondish slip,
Mm.
right? So I think, and what I liked is at no point, even when West Indies batters hit one or two boundaries, and I think Calendar stepped out and hit a six or so, at no point did Nikki send the fielders to the boundary line. They were still
Mm.
attacking. That is where the run out chances happened, because they were still attacking, they were still inside, and they were trying to prevent singles. They were like, you want to go and hit us, come and hit us if you can, but you cannot get free runs. And that's where I think those run out chances were also created, because West Indies, along with those sixes, had they got one two singles here and there, then Calendar and who was the other batter? I'm forgetting the name. But
I think.
they would have settled in, and once they
Yeah.
settled in, they could have then because it's after all, it's 2020. One good
Absolutely.
partnership can change the match at any point of time,
Exactly.
especially when players look. There's one thing that is completely clear with West Indies: they can hit whoever it is, whichever batter it is. Yeah, I think it was Kasar and Calendar who were
Mhm.
batting at that point. Um, I think Nikki changed her bowlers around very well, did not get bogged down by, or did not get worried even for a moment when she saw the boundaries being hit. So that is where I think Nikki has shown extremely positive sides as far as captaincy in one game is concerned, judging completely on this game.
Absolutely. And I think the best part was in her captaincy that it was very clear in thoughts. I think she was very clear in thoughts. that this is the thing that I want to do. And I think all the players also knew what the captain wants. I think they also executed according to that. I think the slip that you mentioned, and absolutely what a catch that was, driving and that catch. But the ball that the ball that Joshita bowled, I think it was excellent, perfect length, going away, taking the edge, and what a catch. So I think the bowlers knew, and I think again I will again mention that I think the Asia Cup helped a lot. I think this batch. I think as a captain also, I think it helped Nikki. I think now Nikki knows this batch. This batch also know Nikki as a skipper what she wants, and she also knows that okay, these are the bowlers at the are my wicket takers. I can rely on them at any stage of the game, and I think it was very clear, evident on her approach, the way she changed her bowlers. Initially first 4 overs were both pacers. Shabnam and Joshita. Then all the spinners came, and another positive that I saw in this team, that so many options with the ball. I think that's a very good, that's a very good
Absolutely.
sign for any team going forward. So any bad day for any strike bowlers, you have other bowlers to step up, and even they can take wickets. So a very good fielding unit. What I saw today, we saw today, bowling unit wise, they look good. Batting also, it was not so much hard task for them. So absolutely a perfect day, I will say, for Team India.
Absolutely.
Okay, again. Okay, Anita Padi comes up with a reply. Khadi for
Curry
chalk.
for
I think the khadi, yes. I don't
Kurkuri,
know the
yeah.
exact Korea term, but the child is handled by mother and taught basic. Same here, only Bengali
Yeah, yeah, it's
alphabets.
same, kind of same
Yes.
here.
Australia between India and the World Cup trophy. And I think
Too early,
it is
too early. But of course,
Pavan Shure is high. High.
Pawan is
Okay.
back.
Yes. SS19. Okay, same comment. Yeah, I think Australia also looked very formidable side yesterday, I think. Yeah, if I'm
Good.
not, they defeated, I think, Scotland, right? I think they defeated Scotland, and
Mm.
I am forgetting the name. Sorry, but the 15-year-old girl took 3 wickets for 1 run. That that girl who played WBBL with Ellis Perry for Sydney Sixers.
Yeah, yeah.
Something Bray, Bray
Yeah,
Bray at
yeah.
the end. I think.
Kyao me brain.
Yes, yes, yes. She took 3 wickets for 1 run. Oh my God. Okay. So talent in Australia, I don't know how it comes, where it comes. A
I think a
15
lot
year
of
old.
domestic cricket, a lot of
Yes.
club cricket. The
Mm,
problem is in India, club cricket isn't that serious yet as far as women are concerned.
mm, mm,
In Australia, that is played seriously. The Melbourne clubs, the Sydney clubs. So I
mm,
think
mm,
that way is again that gives them an edge. That domestic, their club level matches are way better than our club level matches.
mm.
So that is where they get a good edge. But also don't
Exactly.
forget there's South Africa, there's England.
Hmm. That is only Pavan Suresh has commented that I think the finals will be between India and South Africa. So the best
Oh,
part is everyone keeping India. That's the very good
yeah,
point. Everyone keeping
right.
India. That's the very good point. Uh, but Tushadi, how important was this win, in terms of getting that boost in the net run rate? Because when I saw the group yesterday, I think it is a very tough group to be in. You have only Malaysia, you have West Indies, you have Sri Lanka, and India. So it's a very tough group if you see from outside. So obviously, and as I mentioned that at the earlier game, Sri Lanka defeated Malaysia with a big margin, and then you managed to win this game. So how much big boost this would be, because your next match is Malaysia, and at least if you win that match, your second spot is at least guaranteed.
Absolutely. And I think the important part is because most groups actually have just one good team. Say, for
Yeah.
example,
Yes. Yes.
um, the Australian group, the rest of the teams are Bangladesh, Nepal, and Scotland. Almost, you can almost say a cakewalk for Australia. The South Africa group is another tough group, I would say,
Mm,
because South
mm,
Africa, along there's South Africa, there's New Zealand, the other team which can be dangerous. Again,
yes.
England, they don't have the England group doesn't have much because it's England, Ireland, Pakistan, and USA. So ideally should be easy for England. Right now, it looks a little tough for all the teams because Group B hasn't yet been able to play a single match because of the rain. Uh, In case of India, the importance of winning it is twofold here. I'll tell you one. Uh, it had started raining very hard in between. Had West Indies played for longer and maybe had this game gone on for longer, you never know if India could have finished the game. And if you could
Yes,
not finish the game 1 point each, Sri Lanka having got 2 points and that huge net run rate would have been immense pressure for India, because the next two teams would be obviously Malaysia and Sri Lanka. But
exactly.
this win, this has done is, because here, if you see, both in these conditions, you have to understand, in these conditions, both Sri Lanka and West Indies can be very, very good teams. I wouldn't be surprised if West Indies and Sri Lanka game goes West Indies way. That is where I think it was very important that before the Malaysia game, if you can collect those 2 points, uh, you can ensure that against Malaysia, as you said, India will at least win for sure. So there you have
Yes,
4 points, which means you have at least covered the fact that you're going to the next round. So that
exactly.
part is very significant. And the other part, which again has now become an added, is Sri Lanka's net run rate after winning was plus 6.950. Now India after winning is plus 8.646. So
Ooh.
India is right at the top. And that part is very important, because against Malaysia also you are gonna add to the run rate. But if you're
Mm.
ahead of Sri Lanka, then if Sri Lanka and West Indies goes close, even then you are well safe of that, you know, safely ahead. So I think that is where it is important. And the other part, of course, is in any big tournaments, Neashish, I always feel, and this is something you remember, we had spoken during the senior T20 World Cup, senior women T20 World Cup,
Mm.
that probably our World Cup campaign could have been a whole lot different had we had that Sri Lanka win to begin with,
Yes,
and
yes,
then we
yes,
had met a New Zealand. But because we
exactly,
started at a low, then throughout the competition, you have that pressure of doing, you have to do better, you have to get the points, you have to win. That is always there in your back. And that's why, it's threefold important actually that India
exactly.
won, and won this way with full dominance.
Exactly. And another point is that your next round is not Super 8, it's Super 6. And there are four
Yes.
groups. So your top teams from each groups are going,
Yeah.
four teams, and two teams which are based in terms of net run rate will go for the next round. So even you are finishing at second, your net run rate will be that much good to be in that next round. So I think that is why this win was very, very important to win this like this way. Okay, now some comments have come. Anita Badi, hopefully Trisha and Snehashis, you visit Odisha and do not limit yourself just to coastal Odisha, Bhubaneswar, Puri, etc. Are you covering HIL? Trisha, di.
I have a
I think
friend in
Rohan.
Sambalpur. I actually have
Yeah,
a friend in Sambalpur, Anita, and someday I wish to visit her.
yes, but I think for HIL, I think Rohan might go. I think at some stage. As of now, we are covering just from here only. But I think Rohan will visit. I think Odisha for covering HIL. Yes. Okay, SS98, we have the talent, time to give them opportunities. Sanika and G Kamalani are top upcoming batters for India. Absolutely. Absolutely. They look
Time to
pretty
give
good.
them opportunities where? Please don't ask
That's the
them to.
point.
Please let's not get overexcited and ahead of ourselves and say that, oh, Trisha and Sanika and Kamalini are superb batters. So let Smriti and Pratika
Give
just walk out of the stadium.
Give Joshita
Yeah,
the new ball in the World Cup.
yeah. Throw Renuka out of the team. Come on, please, yeah, guys.
Yes. But they will definitely get opportunities. Don't
Yeah,
need to
the
worry.
transition becomes better if you have a better bench
Exactly.
strength.
Suit Shen, the under 19 filling coach to the senior side. Please talk to the right person.
No, correct.
Okay. Multiple badminton players from Europe and Asia playing in the India Open in Delhi have spoken about pollution in Delhi, issues with venues. Please do a story on this. Actually, we have already done a story.
We have already done two stories on this. Even
Exactly.
before the players and
Yeah.
the different people who are watching Indian Open
Mm.
had started complaining. Suriji,
We
if you
broke that
go
story.
and check, Gargi Raut, who's covering India Open on behalf of from the Ref Sports team, had already done the piece. And then again she has done a follow-up piece, which has gone what 1 hour back. You can check
Yes,
it in
yes.
the sports Twitter, and there we have heavily criticized the venues. We have said what all are the issues in the infrastructure in the venues. Please do read it. You know,
But
Amit
it's very
Ganguly.
sad to see. I think it's very sad to
I
see
had
the
written
way.
it in my piece when I was talking about facilities in Indian stadiums and in Australian stadiums. I had mentioned the same thing because honestly, Snehashish, it's a problem when I am told that I have to, for example, 22nd, the match is in Eden Gardens, or
Mhm.
especially when we were going, you remember
Mhm.
when. So here's the thing: when we were going to the to cover the senior domestic, right?
Yes,
Then we
yes.
went to 22 yards. Did we have any toilet to use?
No, no.
We had to go to cafes to use toilets,
Yes, yes,
to have clean toilets. We had to go to proper cafes. So that is there, that problem is there, and people are now talking about it. We had started talking about it ever since Australia, and this has to be bettered. And in fact, Snehajish, I was wondering, you are talking about holding the 2036 Olympic Games here. The kind of facilities we had in France, in fact, China was way better than France, but still France was so clean. There were toilets in venues. Even after people using those toilets, it was clean. So uh, those are bare minimum facilities: food, cleanliness, toilets, sitting area problems.
yes. Okay, so the same comment we have taken. Okay, Amit Ganguly, wait for Australia, England, obviously. Let's see how they play. Last time India faced Australia, they lost. We need to break that barrier against Aussies. Okay.
Any team playing against Australia looks aside half of what they actually are. You have to understand that the gap between Australia and the world is huge in terms of cricket. So it'll take
Absolutely.
time.
Yes. Pavan Suresh, I went to Delhi and it was bad. Absolutely what we are talking
Okay,
about. Amit Ganguly, if you want to dominate, you need to beat Australia. Absolutely. I think you
agreed.
have to beat the best to be the best. That's the point. Okay, Rakesh Bittalreja, management should play more matches with Sena countries are two.
Should play matches.
Matlab should organize more matches with
Yeah,
Sena countries.
but are you talking about men or women? I'm a little confused here because men are playing throughout the year. और कितना खेलेंगे
Yes.
भाई?
I think for women cricket, I think he is mentioning.
For women's cricket, I completely agree. There should be more tours, and especially with Sena countries.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely agreeing with Rakesh.
Yes. Okay. Anita Pade, should, should cricket be manager driven or coach driven? Because a coach at highest level is always secondary, vice
Vis-a-vis,
captain. Vis-a-vis, okay. Vis-a-vis captain.
vis-a-vis
Okay.
captain. Um,
Hmm.
can I take that?
Yes, yes.
As if there are five guests in the show, but yeah. No, Anita, I kind of go the manager way, and I had read this in Shane Warne's autobiography, where he had beautifully put this, that when players are playing at an international level, they cannot be having absolute technical problems. Some small technical adjustments, sure, you have the batting coach, the fielding coach, the bowling coach, the N coach, the A coach, the B coach for that. But the head coach, there, it does not need to be a head coach. It has to be a manager driven, because you need a better woman slash man manager than a coach. uh, for example, Amol Mazumdar, I genuinely feel that the kind of record that Amol Mazumdar had, the kind of batter he was, and I have myself spoken to Amol Mazumdar when I had one or two opportunities of working with him as a you know he has those very clear thought processes and all that. But is he able to convey that to the women cricketers? Is he taken as the leader in the side? I don't think so, because
Mhm.
you cannot be having 3 4 leaders in the dressing room. It
Mm.
always has to be 1 point. And if you look at that 1 point, it will either be Smriti and Harman. In fact, at this point, I think it's more Smriti than even Harman. And that is when the team slowly starts crumbling. When it comes to Gautam Gambhir, also, I think he's doing the same mistake. You cannot act like you're the principal of a school. You have to be a good man slash woman manager, and that is why Ravi Shastri has been so successful.
Absolutely. Okay, Suri commenting, cheers to your team. 99% of Indian sports media is so knee deep in new nationalism that they refuse to criticize the sports bodies. I think constructive criticism is very much needed.
But what we are doing is nationalism as well, Suriji. Because until and unless we strive to be better, as Indians, we criticize each other, and again, constructive criticism. Not something like, oh, you can't bat, get out of the team. Constructive criticism
Absolutely.
that, look, this is where we can improve. We are not saying that the Indian infrastructure cannot be improved. In fact, completely the opposite. We are saying now, with the kind of money that is invested in sports, the infrastructure can be improved and has to be improved. If we are slowly becoming, Suriji, a global sports country, and to become that, to have that multi sport facility, infrastructure in stadiums is the bare minimum. You cannot be asking children, a whole family, to come and have a picnic kind atmosphere in a sports stadium, until unless you can provide basic water, basic toilets, clean areas of sitting. These are very important. So I think, when we are talking about this, we are doing nationalism, we are doing our duty as Indian citizens as well, and as sports lovers, both together. I think every time you shy away from constructive criticism, in the scare that you will be hurting someone's sentiment and you might be trolled, I feel you are not doing your duty. And that's where it's important to understand that what we are doing is just our duty as journalists.
Absolutely. Okay, Rakesh Vittal is saying arrange women. Okay, that's comment that he was commenting that
Yeah, women,
management
yes.
should arrange more women's match. Yes. Okay, Sanjit Sarkar, India under 19 women look professional. Need to maintain this at senior level. A bit off topic, but your thoughts on inaugural Bangladesh Open Premier League? I think it's a good thing.
Absolutely, a fantastic move. A very, very important move. The Bangladesh team suddenly had started looking lackluster, completely lackluster. Yes, they were
Mm.
never superpowered. They wouldn't be the top five teams, but Bangladesh team could not be blown away that easily. Recent times, that is what had started happening, and that is where I think the Bangladesh Women Premier League could bring in a change. And yeah, I think it's very positive, extremely positive move. I was delighted with the move.
Absolutely. Okay, now Amit Ganguly commenting more A tours in Sena countries. Fielding have to be top notch where we need to do the hard work. For batting, we need to continuously bring that aggressive approach. We need more fast bowlers. 130 speed fast
Women
bowlers is
cricket,
big.
women
Yes,
cricket 130. Nobody
it's
bowls
very
at
hard to
130.
find.
So how
It's
how
very
will you get anybody to bowl at 130?
yes,
I mean, you have to also understand that, while this is the reason I keep saying women's cricket and men's cricket are two different sports, because women and men are not made the same physiologically. So when you say 130, you're probably saying something which is physiologically not
possible.
not possible, not even probable. So it's more of 120 to 125. That's what we need. 125 to 127 would make it express fast. Someone like a Shoaib Akhtar is, fast. But sorry. But I think the practicality would be, in all practicality, it's the 120 to 125. That's the mark you want to reach.
Okay, Biju Cricket commenting, will Shefali come back in the World Cup team?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, Amit, Amit Ganguly, we are not preparing good pitches in domestic. The money we had, we can make turning tracks, swinging, and swimming conditions in our pitches.
Um, I don't think yes, I would like to see the pitches being not as slow as they are, maybe a little faster. And yeah, I don't mind if it's an even contest between the bat and the ball. And when I say ball, it also has to be pacers have to be more involved. I understand what Amit is saying, because Snehashish, you and I have been saying this, that pacers don't even get a ball
Yes,
in domestic matches. And if you don't bowl in the domestic matches, how are you even expected to come and suddenly take wickets in international matches? So I kind of
exactly.
agree with Amit, but yeah, I would say you can make a mixture, right? It does not have to be slow and low all the time.
Exactly. Amit Ganguly is saying, are you saying ICC bringing World Test Championship for women in future? I don't see because the test happens very less number of tests happen.
Absolutely.
So I don't see that happening. But obviously it will be great if anyhow it happens anytime. But it is very difficult to see because very less number of tests happen around the world. Okay, Biju Cricket, what are you expecting in WPL crowd in Vadodara and Lucknow?
Um, I'm actually not expecting a lot of crowd, to be honest,
Mm.
because Vadodara and Lucknow seem to be. No, I mean, they are new venues. It will take a little time to settle in. Maybe towards the end, I mean, towards the end of the Vadodara or Lucknow league, we might see people coming in, the interest rising. But then again, you never know. I mean, yeah, don't expect full houses or anything of that sort.
I think if those cities have their own team, I think that would have helped to attract this crowd. But obviously, the franchises are not belonging to Vadodara or Lucknow, so I think that's the part. Obviously, we expect more crowd will be there. Obviously, in Bangalore and Mumbai, more crowd will be there.
Bangalore, RCB playing in Bangalore. What do you expect? Anything other than
Yeah,
full house? No way.
crazy fans.
We are RCB.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, this year I'm back in RCB, because now well.
Okay, Shashank, can you tell me who are the favorites to win this under 19 World Cup? I think India,
Mm,
Australia,
yeah, India,
India,
Australia.
Australia. Okay, Anita Bade, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Beijing are probably some of the most advanced cities by far. Not even West can match it. They did it in 25 to 30 years. Yeah,
Sure,
absolutely. Hmm.
absolutely.
Okay, now a Champions Trophy question. Why no Siraj, not even in Bumrah replacement? I think Rohit has answered
Give
that
the guy some
beautifully.
rest.
Yes, I think Rohit has answered that beautifully. I think yesterday in a press conference that with the old ball, Siraj is not looking that much of effective
No,
compared to
most
the
importantly,
options that they have.
Sneha,
Hmm.
since 2023, he has bowled almost close to 700 overs.
Yes,
Give
absolutely.
the guy some rest.
Even I was making this point to someone yesterday while discussing the team that personally I was expecting that Team India might not go for Siraj just because of the workload. I think team management has completely failed when it comes to management of workload of Mohammad Siraj. I think he is one kind of a bowler who bowls his heart out. I think whatever the phase is, it doesn't. I think he doesn't think that much of that. Okay, today my form is not there or I am in a very good form. He just go there, give the ball, I will bowl my heart out. I think that's kind of a bowler Mohammad Siraj is. And I think that is why the workload that he has managed to to manage to put up for Team India, it's immense, I will say. And obviously I think a race was needed. I think that is why. And if you go by the stats, then the Rohit's point also are varied that with the old ball, the numbers is not that as much as good compared to the other options that Team India has opted to. But okay, I think Siraj will make a comeback. But obviously, with the old ball factor, I think it is a area that Siraj needs to work. I believe.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think when we say that the captain and the selector should be more transparent
Hmm.
about why they have selected so and why they haven't, I think we should also learn to accept their reason, because we have to understand that you cannot be doing justice to every single player. You cannot have, like, India has only one team in Champions Trophy. It's not like India has a team, B team, and C team. So you have to end up in the 15 list. I think Ajit Agarkar said for Karun Nair
Hmm.
that, you know what, 720 runs is a mad season. It's a crazy season. But unfortunately, in place of whom will you take him? Maybe you don't like Gill, or maybe you don't like Shreyas Iyer, but the truth of the story is they have delivered for you in the past. You cannot be dropping Shubman Gill from the team on his BGT form. BGT is a separate format. So I think you have to understand the captain and coach's perspective as well. At times, we end up just being very, very ruthless when it comes to these press conferences.
Yes, and I think in whichever press conferences both Ajit Agarkar and Rohit Sharma has come, I can remember that press conference before going to the World Cup, T20 World Cup. I think like yesterday only. I think it was very transparent press conference, and that is what you needed. Why these players are getting selected, why you are not selecting those players. I think that is very much needed. I think that is very helpful not only for the reporters and all. I think most importantly for the players that who are not getting selected. I think for a Sanju Samson, the questions were not asked, I think, over the Sanju Samson, but obviously he didn't play that Vijay Hazare trophy. And obviously, a player who scored that amount of run in Vijay Hazare still didn't get a chance. But Trishadi, I am asking a question. I will come to the other comments. But Trishadi, do you really believe that Karunar should get a chance in a England ODIs also? No,
No.
actually, because I was having this discussion yesterday. What I personally believe, I may be wrong. All are open to to come up with a reply that this is not the first time some batter in Vijay Hazare Trophy scored 750 runs. That's the first point I want to make. Okay. And the main part is this batter, Karun Nair, has not been dismissed. Only twice he got dismissed in the whole tournament. That is why the number of that average is like 700, 600, and now it's like around 390 or something. But there are batters who have scored like 800 in Vijay Hazare, but they got dismissed in every time. That is why that average is like a realistic average, like
Yeah.
98 or 100. So that is why that talks didn't came on their time that okay, Naran Jagadishan should get a chance in white ball format for Team India, or Devdutt Padikkal should get a chance for scoring 750 runs. So that is the point. Okay, the Karunar factor, I know there's the emotional factor, especially that 300 getting dropped and this man making a comeback after so many years. And this is how he is making a comeback. So the talks are good. It should be there. But if you see logically, you cannot expect the return suddenly out of nowhere for Karunar in the white ball format. That is why I believe.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you.
Hmm. Okay, Suri, you are both 100% right. Thank you. Nationalism is not jingoism. It is constantly holding people in power accountable. A number of Indian men are targeting and female Danish badminton player on her Instagram. Terrible optics. Yeah, social media just. So
I
what to say?
mean, people in social media, I think most people open their account to target celebrities. So
Yes.
I hope she does not give this any importance.
Okay, Amit, the Australia's favorites last time they were knocked by England. We were very lucky. They are crazy team. Australia are crazy team in every tournament in
Yeah,
every age
exactly.
group.
Every tournament against every support, like every team.
So, yes. Okay, Biju, Delhi didn't get WPL match as last year. IPL owner expressed dissatisfaction of some IPL match didn't happen there. I also kind of agree. I think Delhi one of your consistent team, I will say. In 2 seasons, they they have been in the final. They have been in the final, but still you have not gave them a match in Delhi. I think that is a very little bit disappointing to Shad. And there are very passionate crowd also, cricket fan also in Delhi.
Absolutely. I think still waiting on BCCI starting the home away rule. Once that happens, of course, Delhi
Absolutely,
has to be
I
back.
badly need that. Yes.
Yeah. Once that starts, I think Delhi will get enough matches because, of course, there's Delhi Capitals.
ओके। अमित गांगुली अभी बहुत ही आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्ट एक कमेंट लेके आ गया है। बाबूमा इज ऑलरेडी feared as Australia of Australia. He has told all, if I could choose, probably not Australia, but it is what it is. Yeah, obviously
Yeah, I think
Australia.
not only Baba. You ask
Yes.
anybody, everybody will say, we don't want to play Australia, give us some other team.
Okay, are the venues in Vadodara and Lucknow clean and international standards, especially for women?
We will report. We'll be
Yes.
there, so we'll tell you
Yes,
guys. Because
but
right now,
yes,
the
but
venues
but
are
but see,
not.
the Vadodara, I think the new stadium will be used, the Kotambi
Yeah,
Stadium,
yeah.
where India played three ODIs recently. So I think it's a new stadium, so we expect that to be, a pretty good condition. Lucknow, I think the Ekana Stadium will be there, and
Yes.
Ekana is a stadium where IPL also gets played. So I think I expect both the stadiums to be international stand-up, to be there. I expect that, but let's see. Okay, Suri now replying to Amit Ganguly. Babuma is a highly inspiration player. Please be sensible. He has faced huge racism. Yeah, that's the
Okay,
very
understood.
unfortunate thing. Yes, but it
Yeah.
has happened. Yes. Okay, Biju Cricket, will six team come in 2026 WPL? There is a
I
chance,
haven't
Tushari?
heard anything about it, but I would love it if that happens. Why
Yes,
not?
absolutely. More teams, more competition, more
Yeah,
matches.
yeah.
Yes. Another, are
And I
we a
think also
pacer?
more teams, Ashish, ideally will then what happens is you will see the distribution of foreign players. And
Mm-hmm.
that will
Yes.
make it more competitive, I feel. And the Indian players, Indian domestic players will then come to the fore much
Hmm.
more than now. Because if you actually see Mumbai is a lot dependent on a Nat Siva performing, Haley
Point.
Matthews performing, Amelia Kerr performing.
Point.
So the
Point.
Indian players in the Mumbai 11 I don't think gets that highlighted. Delhi, you have Marizanne Cap, you have um, Meg Lanning. So, it's almost like every team is so heavily dependent on of course foreign players.
Foreign. Yes.
Yeah.
Foreign
So
players.
the more the teams, I
Okay.
think that
Anita
dependence will
Badi commenting, are we a pacer short in Champions Trophy?
felt so. Yes.
Yes, I also think so. I think the all four spinners that you have picked, I think again you have think about that batting, added batting duties. Okay, all these players can bat and these
Yeah.
players can spin. We are playing in UAE. Let's get all of them. You are taking Washington Sundar, you are taking Akshay Patel, you are taking Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav as a spinner. It's a different kind of spinner, but Akshay Patel same, Jadeja same. When it comes to batting, it is not that type of defiant order. And obviously, Washington Sundar, I believe that he will not get a game time. He is just going as a backup. Okay, Amit Ganguly, Tushar, this is for you. India women team was very good during 2017 to 23. In this phase, they had reached knockouts consistently. Sometimes they just lost matches from winning situations like Africa. But now we are not qualifying.
अभी मैं क्या रिप्लाई दूं इसका आई थिंक in 2017 to 2020 to 2023, of course, see, you still had Mithali and Jhulan there in the leadership unit. They did contribute in their own way, but also apart from that, at times you need people who are that experienced about the women's game. What I genuinely see lacking, Amit, is the fact that the coaching staff does not know the women game easily. They are not all of them, I mean most of them have not been part of any women's domestic team as well. That is when it becomes a little difficult to handle players, to understand the players, to actually get the best out of them. And that is what I think has changed between 2023 and ever since 2023.
Absolutely. Okay, Suri commenting, Tusha, I think Saika has been deeply unfairly treated. Her skill reminds me of Alana King. Why is she being treated this way? I am hugely critical of Aman Bajumdar.
Same here. I don't know. I mean, Saika. See, Saika. I wouldn't. really compare her to Alana King, but yes, she has her own skills. And look, you selected her because you saw something in her and her performance both, right? If you have selected someone, you have to back the player, and that is where I thought it was completely missing. She had one bad match, and you just completely shove her away from the team, throw her out of the team. Think of what Saika must be going through. She would be wondering, what did I do wrong? Yes, I mean, bowlers get hit, so you don't throw them out, you don't throw bowlers under the bus. You have to talk to them, you have to make them understand, which is where, yeah, the same here, Suriji. Even I am hugely critical of Amal Mazumdar.
I think a very important WPL is coming for Saika. I think in domestic she had very good
Where
run
is
with the
the
ball.
chance? Where is the place for her to make a comeback?
Yeah, that
And
is the
remember,
point.
the problem is, Snehashi, she will not be looked at the same through the same glasses as a debutant would be. She will be looked at through a comeback
Mm.
glass. And to be
Yes,
very
yes.
honest, is it fair on her that it's a comeback glass when you have played just one game?
One game. Yes, absolutely. And especially in this year in the domestic as a skipper of Bengal, she did pretty well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Rakesh Vittal, a big tournament like World Cup for under 19 should be held in test playing nation with big crowd to test temperament of players. See, in men's cricket also, I remember Virat Kohli winning that under 19 in Malaysia only.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think under 19 tournaments happen in this kind of countries only. I think.
Yeah, no complaint, Rakesh, to be
Yes.
honest.
Okay. So we again, Trusha, there is a lot of regionalism in India, especially towards South Indian players and Northeast Indian players. Karun would walk into any international team 11. Now
Hmm.
this is getting
Don't
very
think so.
interesting. Hmm.
No, I'm straight up. I'm telling you, Suriji, I don't think so. I don't
Yes,
see Karun Nair walking in any international
yeah,
team's 11.
I don't feel yes.
Nothing
I
against Karun
explained
Nair,
I
but
explained very fairly what I believe.
yeah,
So I
exactly.
don't
And I
feel.
completely
Hmm.
stand by what Snehashish explained, because it was absolutely, absolutely a fair point that he's not the only one who has done it. It's just that, crazy average because of staying not out. Having said that, are we saying that Karun Nair is not good enough? No, but you have to understand that people
Absolutely.
can be better than you and just accept it. I think Karun Nair has accepted it, but yeah, I mean, let's not give regionalism terms to everything, you know.
Yes. Okay, Biju cricket, but we are carrying injury-prone Bumrah, Shami, Hardik. One more fast bowler required, as it will be very, very difficult for fast bowlers in UAE hit. Yeah, absolutely. I think Trishadi and me both claim that maybe you are one pacer short, but obviously now it's done. I think the fitness is a big concern, not only for Bumrah. I will tell also about Mohammad Shami also because he has bowled in domestic, it's okay, but bowling in domestic with that intensity, bowling it international cricket, and that too in an ICC tournament, it's a very, very different thing. I think this coming three ODIs against England will be very much
Will
critical.
be
I
his
think
actual test. Yeah, yeah,
exactly, exactly.
absolutely.
So let's see how he does. But they can go for one more pacer, but it's okay now. I think if you see the whole 15 members of the team, I think it was the best possible team that they have selected, whatever the available options they had. Okay, Tuk commenting. Jaiswal is Gill replacement and Pant is Rahul replacement. All top six are right-handed. Do you not think we can play with at least two left-handed in top six? Very good point. Very good point.
But on what basis will you replace Gill straight up? I think it will eventually happen if Gill does not make a statement with his performance, but right now you can't. As far as Pant being Rahul's replacement, why? I mean, what has Rahul done to? um because it's white ball. Had it been red ball, I would still think. In white ball, I think Rahul is a better player than Pant.
Yes, absolutely. ओके टुक टुक इस कोहली का रणजी में नहीं खेलना था न्यू बहाना ऑफ हिम
Tuk Tuk, the guy has 81 international centuries. या अगर इतना ही बहाना देता ना वो, तो 81 इंटरनेशनल सेंचुरीज कोई उसके लिए बना के नहीं दिया भाई, उसने खुद बनाया है। और बहुत सारे टीम्स के अगेंस्ट बनाया है, ऐसा नहीं कि एक ही टीम के अगेंस्ट बनाया है। उसने बहुत बड़े बड़े टीम्स के अगेंस्ट, बहुत बड़े बड़े प्लेयर्स के अगेंस्ट, बहुत बड़े बड़े बॉलर्स को मार मार के उसने वो रन्स बनाए हैं. So I think it's very disrespectful the way people are dealing with Virat Kohli issue. उसको neck spasm होगा. And if he's saying it as an Indian cricket fan, I would like to believe him. As somebody who has seen him score those 81 centuries, play like crazy, and also as someone who has seen the moment he got out in the Australia Test match, all he did was just change the upper and straight up he was there in the nets. If he did not want to work hard, he did not need to do that, because I'm quite sure, because nobody else was there. 10 लोग आउट हो रहे थे, कोई और नेट पे नहीं जा रहा था, सिर्फ विराट कोहली जा रहा था. तो बहुत आसान है घर पे बैठ के बोलना कि यार बहाना दे रहा है, यार क्या बोल रहा है, बट एक्चुअली में नहीं होता है ना.
वही है, आई थिंक रोहित शर्मा ने बहुत अच्छी तरह कल जो बात बोला डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट खेलने को लेके कि अगर आप लास्ट 6-7 साल देखोगे, जब आप 3 फॉर्मेट खेलते हो, मैं विराट हो गया या कोई भी, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट और आपको थोड़ा टाइम भी चाहिए रहता है कि आप थोड़ा क्रिकेट से दूर रहो, फ्रेश रहो क्योंकि आपको कंटिन्यू क्रिकेट खेलना पड़ता है। तो कोई हम लोग वो टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड नहीं लेते डोमेस्टिक को खेलना, आपको थोड़ा समझना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, एक बात चल रहा है, हम लोग देखेंगे पर आपको थोड़ा समझना पड़ेगा प्लेयर के पर्सपेक्टिव से भी। तो ठीक है, थोड़ा सब कुछ देख के ही सोचना चाहिए। Mandeep, I am suddenly seeing India lack of pacers between the phase 2014-23. They had got great pacers. Now we are lacking that. We will struggle if we cannot find good replacement.
Agreed. I think I had spoken about this PGT में. If you're
Exactly.
talking about men,
Omen. Yeah.
women तो domestic issue we have been talking about.
Yes.
Even our batting standard had been going down day by day. Earlier we batted so well. It is a unreal downfall. ठीक है यार, transition में होता है मनदीप, टेंशन मत लो.
Yes. Okay, sorry. I think the Rep Sports team should write a book on Indian sport because people need to wake up and smell the coffee because we need huge reform in sport administration. Oh my God. Tushar, you need to talk with Sad then.
Yeah, I'll be talking to Boryada.
Okay, Tuk, why we're going with only one main spinner in spin friendly wicket?
Who is
Ah,
the not main spinner?
you have Akshay Patel, you have Kuldeep Yadav, you have Ravindra Jadeja, and Washington Sundar. You can take.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have your
We
main
have,
spinner. Yes.
come on, Tuk Tuk. What is this?
Okay, Biju Cricket. What is the case of Sneh? What is the case of Snehrana? In 2020 to 23, she was looking very bright. She played 3-4 winning match performance, also not visible in WPL. I don't know. I think in the live of the WPL auction, I mentioned that when it comes to selection, somehow she doesn't get picked.
No
I don't
idea, to be honest.
know. No.
I think one problem in the international team is you're not going to play Sneh Rana in place of Deepthi. That would be a little unfair. The second place was taken by Shriyanka Patil till date. So Sneh couldn't make a point, couldn't make a comeback. Now I don't know. Now it's a curious case.
Okay, Mandeep. India had a Dubai cards, right? Women's and men's both got knocked out in the Dubai in the T20 World Cup. City will be in Dubai. I will not be surprised if it happens. Internal fights are going on in team. See, the internal fight thing, it happened before the T20 World Cup also. So I think that is not a big part. The Dubai part, I agree because Tushar, remember me and Bharat did a video after the during the T20 World Cup, Women's T20 World Cup, that Dubai has not been a great place for Indian cricket in last few years. So obviously that's a factor. Everyone is now noticing that. Hopefully this time India can break that jinx, but let's see. Okay, another way, people do not follow Ranji of Karun. He did well in VHT, Vijay Hazare Trophy, but his Ranji isn't great. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think just because of the viewer hazard thing, everyone expecting him to get back in the white ball format. Otherwise, everyone will go back, okay, then bring back in the red ball transition period. Why he got dropped after that 300 part? I think that is the main point, but it's okay. If he continues to do, hopefully he will get some chance in the senior team. Okay, people forget Parthiv Shaw, Devdutt also make more than Karun in one season of Vijay Hazare.
Biju
Yes.
Cricket had a me moment. I keep forgetting names. He also got confused. Prithvi Shaw's name.
Okay, Rituraj 5 consecutive 100 also. Yeah, that is the point I made that it is not the first time that one batter has scored 750 or 800 runs in a Vijay Hazare Trophy. So yeah. Suri, please do a video and rank sporting venues across India on infrastructure.
Done.
Women friendly
Done.
infrastructure. I think that video will get solid views. Please pitch this to Boria. I have zero hope on the other sports media houses. Thank you for showing that faith, first of all, and obviously we'll do that video. Obviously, okay. Power. India getting kicked out in the group stage itself, according to my calculations. Last two-day World Cup, Australia silenced Indian crowd, but this time England will silence Pakistani crowd. That's the only difference. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Ayush, KL Rahul is very good, except that 107 ball 61. Yeah, you cannot blame single player because nobody supported him too. Yeah, I think whatever happened on that particular day, please forget. I know it's very hard to forget, but please do not keep remembering that. Yes. Biju Cricket. What will be noise level if Samson scored two more centuries against England?
We'll find out.
Yes. First, let him score. We will
Yeah,
definitely
we'll
enjoy
find out.
and we'll then definitely answer this. Okay. Biju Cricket. Who be next upcoming star in women? Shefali was there, but she is out. I think you have many stars, na? This Tusha, this
Hmm.
Kamalini, Nikki
Yeah,
as keeper.
yeah.
I think there are many stars.
Jyotisha.
Jyotisha, this Parunika Sisodia.
Yeah, yeah. Parunika is also good.
I think if one or two of them gets opportunity and does well in this WPL, I think they will be the breakthrough stars instantly.
Agreed.
Yes,
I
I
think
think
one more star, honestly, to look out for could be Kanika Ahuja. I think
Kanika Ahuja.
she's,
Yeah,
yeah. Vrinda Dinesh.
so
Oh, I'm just waiting when Vrinda Dinesh gets a chance, to be
yes.
honest.
Now that we have the squad, all we should do is support them, get over our biasness and against certain players. Absolutely,
Niraguso.
the squad is
Absolutely, Raghu.
absolutely the squad is
The
done and
the
dusted.
wisest comment.
Exactly, the squad is done and dusted. Why they pick those players, they explained. Why they do not pick those players, they explained. Now these are the players that we need to support fully, back them, and hopefully they can bring the trophy. Let's see. Okay, Tuk Tuk again. I know Gill is vice captain, but my playing 11: Rohit, Jaiswal, Kohli, Iyer, Pant, Hardik, Jadeja, Kuldeep, Shami, Bumrah, Hardik. After mentioning that I know Gill vice captain, this is the playing 11 I didn't expect. Okay, okay. Let's see. I think Tuk Tuk really wants to make that left hand option to be there in top
Yeah,
six.
yeah.
I think that is why. Yes, Power. This foolish management doesn't even know that Jadeja and Akshar like to like spinners. One slot wasted. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. But I think as a backup also you needed someone as a backup of Jadeja maybe. I think Akshar is your perfect backup in that case. Okay, Ayush. Most of the times it feels bad that India had two, three good players. Most of the time, some players never contributed mainstream. It had been a continuous problem.
I'm sure every player wants to contribute. I mean,
Uh,
they might not be able to, sure, but yeah.
And see, I think every team has two or three superstars.
Apart from
So
Ashwin.
yeah. So it happens with every team. Okay, I think Sneh Rana hit an 80 at number 8 in England, saved a test match despite 5 to 6 white British were sledging her. I think she was captaincy material, which made core insecure. Oh my god. That
SK
last line
also,
was
we have to get CID,
yes.
Inspector,
That last
we have to
line,
get Pradyuman sir.
yes. I am avoiding that last line. I am taking the comment
Avoiding
until that
everything.
line.
Yeah, I think no, Suriji. To be honest, Sneh was batting well initially when she made into the international side, and then in between, her batting prowess had gone down. Which of course, Snehashish and I have seen has. I mean, she has done well in this domestic with the bat whenever she has got the opportunity. So I think, um, see, the problem is once you have made it to the international team, to make a comeback after being dropped is so much harder, because if you are like given the debut cap for getting 2 or 3 centuries in a season, the moment you become this person who's trying, this player who's trying to make a comeback, suddenly from 3 centuries being enough, you need 5 6 centuries. So I think that is also the case with Sneh Rana. And as
Yes,
Snehashish
absolutely.
rightly said, we will just ignore the last line and
Yes.
walk past it.
Uh, okay, okay. Oh, 1 hour, 5 minutes already. Okay, last few comments. Okay, so Ayush, Sanju is not definitely BCCI favorites. They need an excuse to keep him out of the team, but he needs to score consistently in T20s. One bad game and they will drop him. See, I think finally he showed some consistency in T20s. But obviously, if you remember in the South Africa series also, one match he scored 100, then again a duck, then scored another
Hmm.
100, then again a duck. So I
Hmm.
think still I think you're absolutely right. I think he needs to show more consistency. But see, but again, if you see the squad, do you really think that India team are going to miss Sanju Samson that much? I don't think so. So that is the point. So let's see how it goes. Okay, Pawar, the reason we are criticizing the team is not because we don't back them. It is because they are tired. They tried, tested, and failed. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Ayush, Pant will be getting chances in limited over despite 10 ducks in a row. I can guarantee that.
Let him score 10 ducks in a row. Then we'll take this question and we'll see.
Yes. Okay, Tuk Tuk. A human on left of my screen is boy or girl?
Talking about me.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know you both will be honest. I think it is a huge mistake aspiring to beat the 2036 Olympics when there are huge issues. We need to fix a lot of things, especially on women's safety. Can you do a show on this?
I think no aspiration is a mistake, to be honest, Suri.
Yes.
Gee, what you need to do is, if you have aspired for something, you have to work towards it. So I don't think it's a mistake aspiring for 2036 Olympics. What I do think is, if we are aspiring to have to hold or bid for 2036 Olympics, we need to work towards that. And the first step to that would be fixing women's safety, of course. Not only women's, I think men's safety as well. Safety nowadays is not even going to see the gender. The other part, of course, if you're talking about infrastructure, yes, that has to improve, and that has to improve whether we bid for 2036 Olympics or not, whether we get 2036 Olympics or not. It has to change.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, last comment, Suri. Tusha Poonam Yadav really had bamboozled the Aussies with drift, turn and flight. Any chance of a comeback? No.
No, Priya Mishra is doing well. I mean, again, where will you give Poonam the chance? In all fairness, Poonam, of course, um, Poonam did bamboozle the Australians, and Poonam was at one point. Poonam was your best bowler. No qualms in that. But currently, I think you have Priya Mishra, and you have to eventually give chances to the young spinners. Priya has been taking wickets in this Ireland series. Suddenly, suddenly, what could be the reason to throw her out of the team? Then there's Asha Shobna as well, who did well and then got in the team. So I think it's as far as I see, it's difficult for Poonam to make a comeback, to be honest.
Absolutely. So that's it for now. Tushadi, me and
How
you
how
should.
do we reach 1 hour every show? God knows.
And it is very impressive this time around because it's a under 19 World Cup game.
Yep.
Still,
Yes.
and this kind of a game it was. It was not even that much of competitive, but still we
Uh,
managed to get so many comments, so many good comments. I will say
uh,
on point. That
yeah,
is the best
absolutely.
part.
And what I liked is there were a few there were a few men's team questions, but a lot more women's game question, and that is what we need.
Exactly. Exactly. So that is for now. We'll be back. Obviously, we'll be back after the second match against Malaysia of our Indian girls. The women's T20 series will start Ashes between Australia and England. We'll be back for that also. So as of now, we're taking by. Please thank you for commenting, and please follow Rep Sports for all the latest update. And we'll be back for another live show. Till then, take care. Goodbye.